Coming up on First at 4, reaction from London as the trial of a man accused of driving drunk and killing a police officer nears an end. And what officials are saying about a Whitley County man who was attacked and robbed in his own home yesterday.
And in the world of weather, we're seeing mainly cloudy skies out there, and that cold front is now pushing through. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Mountain News at 4 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, today marks day 3 of the trial for the man who police say hit and killed a London police officer in a drunk driving crash. WYMT's Madison Carmouche is in London with reaction from community members.
October will mark the second anniversary of when London police officer Logan Medlock was hit and killed by a drunk driver right here on South Main Street in Kentucky 229. People right here in London say it is hard to forget the rush of emotions they felt when they found out about the crash that killed Officer Medlock. Not only because he was a friend of a friend, or a family member, but because of the memorial that marks where the accident happened.
I pass by his memorial every day still, there at the cemetery, and then also at the City Hall. And, you know, it just brings back memories of sadness, a bit of community that was very loyal and had a lot of compassion for that day, and we still do.
The trial for Casey Bird, the man who was driving the car that hit Officer Medlock, was moved to Warren County to avoid any biases in the trial. In London, Madison Carmouche, WYMT Mountain News.
And we will continue to update you on the case as we await a verdict in Bowling Green. But for the latest, make sure you also download the WYMT News app.
All right, we did see mostly cloudy skies across the area today. Some places did see a little bit of a stray shower, which we have a couple of random showers on live pinpoint Doppler radar right now. You can see over towards portions of Knox County, seeing a little bit of a random thunderstorm there. Actually, no lightning is now being picked up with it, so it's more heavy rain over towards to the north and east of the Williamsburg area. Again, seeing some heavy rain at this time. Right now, we're seeing temperatures in the 70s and 80s. We're at 86 in Hazard, 84 in Jackson, 81 Manchester, 82 in Williamsburg. We're substantially cooler in some places now as compared to 24 hours ago. 11 degrees cooler in Wise, 5 degrees cooler in Hazard, Harlan, as well as Jonesville, 9 degrees cooler in Prestonsburg, 7 degrees cooler in Williamsburg. And when we take a look at the wind, notice how that wind is now starting to come out of the north. That's the front that's pushing through eastern Kentucky, and that's what's going to cool us off. Starting tomorrow, definitely going into the weekend. We'll see temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s by 9 o'clock, upper 70s by the time you join us tonight for Mountain News at 11, and then mid 70s by the 5 o'clock hour. When you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s will be the rule. And I'll tell you what, this weekend, I'm giving it 2 thumbs up, and I'll tell you why in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
All right, Eric, thank you. Sheriff's deputies in southern Kentucky are looking for some home invasion suspects. The crime happened Wednesday in Williamsburg. Police say an elderly man was attacked and robbed in his home. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to the Whitley County Sheriff and takes a closer look at the investigation.
This crime happened sometime late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Police say a man in his late 70s was the victim of what they're calling a residential robbery, pretty much a home invasion that happened sometime in the middle of the night, and then they were notified early Wednesday morning. It happened on Mountain View Road. It's close to Whitley County Elementary School. Police are not identifying the victim or exactly where he lives. Sheriff Bill Elliott tells me that someone burst their way into the victim's home, assaulted that man, then stole some of his money. Then they fled in his 2013 white Yukon SUV with the license plate 522ZBZ. Was he hurt in any way?
He was. He sustained injuries, and he was transported to the hospital, and he's in stable condition and will probably be released soon.
The sheriff tells me that they do believe that this man was targeted. This was not considered a random act, and he says he does not believe that the general public is in any danger at this time. They say they are communicating with the sheriff down in Campbell County, Tennessee, because it is possible that once the perpetrators left here, they went south and they went into the Jellicoe, Tennessee area. In Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
The victim is still being treated for his injuries at a local hospital. Taylor Swift fans grappled with sorrow, anger, and disbelief after the singer's 3 Vienna concerts were abruptly canceled following the government's announcement that security officials had uncovered a planned attack at the venue. Taylor Swift fans who had traveled to Europe from everywhere, including the United States, to see their idol perform in Vienna expressed disappointment and understanding today after the concert's cancellation.
I was really excited, but then when the news got out that it was canceled, there were a lot of tears, but I'm happy that with other people are feeling the same and we're having a lot of fun together.
Nearly 200,000 Swifties had been expected for the 3 stadium concerts in Vienna, with many having traveled from abroad for just a chance to see the pop superstar live. The 34-year-old singer-songwriter has yet to issue a public statement about all this. Coming up on First at 4, how a 45-foot wide, 4-ton 3D printer could be the future of home development.
And if you have plans this weekend where you need the raincoat, sunglasses, or a little bit of both, I'll have the answer on the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Stay with us.